So we've discussed prenatal care and how that is analogized to an athlete preparing for an athletic event. But in this case, the miracle of childbirth is the most intense athletic event any human being will ever have to go through. It's intelligent to kind of analogize those two events, but what I think a lot of people don't realize is that the postnatal care is just as important, if not more so, because unlike football where you get down on the 1 yard line, it's going to be 18 years until you cross that one yard line into the end zone. The birth is just the beginning, and the physical demands of raising a child are way more dynamic. And you've got this baby, it's this gelatinous, amorphous mass. It's this shape-shifting thing. It's moving around all the time, and moms have to carry them, and their bodies have to mechanically adjust to this ever-changing load that's moving around, and that takes a daily toll on the body that is completely unpredictable. So really, the only thing a mom can do is be as strong as possible in preparation for that event, and then exercise themselves appropriately so that they don't break down as time goes on.
I think my goals for the next 6 to 8 weeks is going to be focusing a lot more on getting stronger. So much focus after you give birth is how you look and a little bit how you feel, but I'm already feeling really, really good.
Strength is something that I like to refer to as giving yourself physiologic headroom. Let's just say arbitrarily someone can push away from their body 100 units of force. That's the maximum amount they can do. And let's say their baby weighs 30 pounds. It's a heavy baby. But just think this gigantic 30-pound baby is taking up 30% of that woman's possible ability to produce force. Through strength training, we're increasing that headroom because the baby isn't going to continue. It's going to get heavier, but hopefully not significantly to the point where the mom has to keep carrying it. As a woman's strength increases, the relative effort that she has to exert on a daily basis when working with the physical difficulties of having a child are lessened, relatively speaking. And that's less stressful physically and ultimately mentally and emotionally as well.
So I want to focus on what's going to translate well to my normal life, specifically with strength, being able to get through my day easily. I have a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a baby, so I need a lot of physicality to get through picking them up, breastfeeding, and being able to take down my husband physically when he tries to say no to anything that I ask him to do, obviously, is going to be the most important part of my training for the next 6 weeks.
Immediately after delivery and when a woman returns to training for her postnatal care, one of the things that we have to tailor in the strength exercise program is the understanding that their joints are a little looser than usual immediately. And so we have to adjust the ranges of motion to expose their body to these ranges that they haven't gone through to develop strength in those ranges to help protect them. So we come back a little less aggressively, increasing their range over time. But the amazing thing is that if they had been training through pregnancy consistently, they will lose a little bit of strength, if they've taken a significant amount of time off after the pregnancy, but they will get it back twice as fast as they developed it in the first place. And that really is kind of the biggest benefit, is that rebound effect. It really gets women right back in the game, feeling good and able to get through their day easier. But, it's always shocking how quickly they start feeling better if they just get right back into it. The more time that elapses, the harder and harder it becomes. So that little period of time right after delivery is very, very critical to sustaining the gains that they made through the pregnancy and improving their quality of life immediately after. And there are further reaching implications too that, I'm not going to be so arrogant as to think that I have any real insight on this type of topic, but I have seen over the years through my clientele who has trained through pregnancy less postpartum depression. Physiologically, it makes sense. Anybody whose physiology is in the best shape possible tends to not suffer from things like depression. There is a direct physiological link. I know postpartum depression is way more complicated than that, but that's just one of the side benefits from having a stronger body after an extremely intense and traumatic event like childbirth.
And the cool part is I trust Al so much that I can just tell him what I'm trying to do, and he's going to be able to get me there safely, and I'm going to feel even better than I feel now, which is pretty incredible to say after the birth of your 3rd child.